What's going on, family? So today we're going to talk about what exactly is wholesale real estate. So many people have been hitting my inbox, reaching out to me. Rhonda, it's 2021. I want to learn how to, get into the real estate space. I don't really have any money, but I do want to learn. Wholesale real estate is simply the act of you playing the middleman to broker a deal, right? To bring two people together, a buyer and a seller. You get to play the middleman. You get to make a profit from that, right? You don't have to have any capital, any kind of money, any from a previous real estate knowledge. You can get into this space today and find a property and sell it by next week, right? That's the beautiful thing about wholesale real estate. Once you get into it, you can start building up your capital to you do some fix and flips, to start other businesses. But wholesale real estate is super simple. It's super easy. It's probably the easiest way to get into real estate today. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you a quick run through, an overview of how wholesale real estate works. We're gonna jump into my computer and I'm gonna walk you guys through it right now, okay? First, you're gonna start by finding a property. You wanna find a property. You can do this two ways. You can pull a list or you can drive for dollars. I personally like getting in my car and driving for dollars because you're actually in the field. You can touch these properties, you can see them, and you can like go ahead and know that that property is real. You can do it like that, right? But today we're not out and about, we're not in our car. So I'm gonna show you how to do it online. Doing it digitally, you can do this from any city, any state. You can do it from your computer, from your desk, right? Pandemic's happening, cool, no problem. We can do this on the computer, okay? So the first site we're gonna be using is Zillow.com, right? And I'm gonna do Houston, that's where I'm located. I'm gonna go Houston, for sale, okay? And there's a few things I want you to change. I want you to go right here to more. And I want you to type, change these things right here, okay? You can sell it whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. We're gonna go to home type. I just want houses, no condos, no multifamily, no apartments, no lands, no lots. You can sell everything here. But today I just wanna make this easy. I want houses. And I'm gonna choose 3 bedrooms and up, any bathrooms. It doesn't really matter. None of this matters as long as we find a price, okay? I mean a house. Let's look for things that are between 0 and the max of, let's go 500,000, okay? I want to change this actually. I want to change this down to 100K. Okay, we changed it to 100K. So the max offer price is actually going to be 100K. And we want to do it for sale, okay? Now I want to go and I want to save this search. Boom. This is demo. Instant. I want an instant search, okay? Now right here on the side, you're going to be able to see the homes, right? This is the homes in my area, all right? So we're going to be looking at these houses. Now I'm going to go and find something just for the sake of this. Looks like a lot. This is a house for 99, 4 bedroom, 3 bedroom. Let's do this house right here, okay? Let's do this house. This house is at 4503 Redbud Street, Houston, Texas, 77051. They reduced the price by $30,000 on the 24th of December. I want you to pay attention to that. The only reason someone reduced the price is because the property's not selling, okay? If the property's not selling, that means there's room for you to budge. There's room for you to make some money in there because they dropped the price by 30,000. Cool, that's a great indicator right there. That was just on the 24th. That was the day before Christmas. All right, so we have this. We see the pictures. Cool, you're probably thinking, Rhonda, this house is hideous. Nobody wants to buy this. A flipper would love this property, depending on what's in the area. All right, so we're gonna take this address. 3 bedroom, 1 bath, 1,200 square foot lot. We know the address, we've seen some pictures, cool. The next app we're gonna go into is an app called Propstream. Now, if you look in the description below, I have a link for you guys to get Propstream for free for 14 days. So you guys can try it out. You might even get your first deal in your first 14 days before you even have to pay for this. But I tell you this, $99 a month, this app is definitely worth it. This is going to tell you everything that you need. It's going to put you in position to know about the other properties in the area. It's going to give you an appraisal. So definitely click the link in the bio, get your Propstream for 14 days for free. And I also have a video on how to show you to get your list, to build your list, right? And that's another video, and I'll leave that in the description as well. All right, we're going to take our address and we're going to paste it right here into propstream.com. All right, so boom, now Propstream has it. And Propstream's gonna tell us everything we need to know, right? But we're gonna go here. It's gonna tell us our address, right? We already know that. It's gonna tell us the estimated value. It's going to tell you last year's estimated value, and this goes off the tax, right? The tax for that property, okay? It gives you 19 comparables. Comparables mean the other properties in the area. So you don't want to find a house that's in an area that's condemned. There's nobody living there. There's no work coming there. There's nothing happening. That area is probably not the area you want to buy in. You want to look in the areas that are up and coming, and you find a property early before the rehab start and all the buildings start coming in. You want to kind of find it in the middle. Now this has 19 comparables. That's a good sign. Okay, days on the market, 81 days on the market, okay? So it's been on there for 81 days, meaning that the pricing might be off, meaning that the seller might have the pricing a little bit off that people really aren't biting it. I always want you to remember, when you have a deal, you'll have a deal. You'll know it's a deal. There won't be a question about it. It won't sit on the market for 81 days, all right? So it shows you there's an open mortgage, meaning that this person has a mortgage on the property and they probably owe a certain amount to the bank. That's why the price is so high. Okay, that's a leverage for you. That's a leveraging tool. They're probably trying to get enough to pay the bank off and make some money on the back end. Well, here's the thing. If they owe an amount to the bank and they want to make a certain amount on the back end, they have negotiable room on that back end price. All right, so the estimated mortgage pile is $12,000. Okay, that's not too bad. $12,000, and that's how much they owe on the mortgage. It might be a little more or a little less depending on the bank, okay? So let's just say $15,000 is what they owe. We'll just use there. Public records, they have all this information right here in Prop Tools and Propstream, okay? So you come down, it tells you who's the owner, BMI Investing Inc. It tells you their mailing address. So this is owned by an investment company. It looks like somebody purchased the property from someone else and they're holding it, all right? So an investment company owns this property. This is their mailing address, all right? So you come through, it tells you total rooms, it tells you bedrooms, it tells you all that. It tells you living area and it tells you building area, okay? It tells you the lot, it tells you the tax. All that stuff is right here for you. Assessed land value. This is what you want to pay attention to, assessed land value. We can go back and look at this property. This building, this house is not worth anything, zero. You're gonna have to tear this down and start completely over. So this property is technically only worth the land value. It's not worth what the person is trying to sell it for, which is the 90K. Because we know we're gonna have to tear this property down. You're gonna have to tear it down, start from scratch. There's no reason to even try to fix this property. All right, so land value is worth, we go back to it right here. Land value is worth $35,000, okay? Now we know that the person owes about 15 to the bank. We know the land value is about 35, okay? So we can go and see all that. Sale estimate, 31,000. Sell date 3/2/2004. So the person who has it now, they bought this in 2004. So they were holding the property for a while. Now they've been holding it for 81 days since they've been trying to sell it. So that there's a lot of information right there, okay? So the lender is a Jack Marmon. It tells you the amount, how much they lent them, everything, all their business is right here, literally. Okay, so we want to go and look at the comparables. All right, let's see. Well, before we do that, I want to show you guys something else. Okay, you can look at the MLS details. MLS means like where it's on and it's listed by a realtor or something like that. So they're going through a realtor. So you see the list price is 90. It tells you the date they listed it, updated date. So they listed it on the 24th and they updated it on the 24th. So obviously when they listed it, somebody probably told them, hey, that's a little high, boom, boom, boom. Here, they changed it, okay? It's active. It's been on the market 27 days since the update. It has everything right here. Price adjustment, they had it listed for 120, then they dropped it to the 90. So we see everything right here. Comparables and nearbys. Now this is gonna help you understand what's happening in the area, okay? Now just imagine if you're home and you're doing this for an area that you've never been to. You don't know what it looks like. You don't know what businesses are coming or what's happening. So this is gonna help you, okay? So if we come in here, we know these are gonna give you comparables, meaning that it's the most comparable property to your property, meaning lot size, bedroom, square footage. It's trying to compare it as much as it can in the area in a radius, all right? So we have this house, this is our house right here, amount 31. You have this one that's sold for 159, 154, 85, 190, 45, right? You can see all these properties. Now, what you have to keep in mind that some of these properties are probably already fixed up. So that's going to tell you the potential your property has. The potential once it has been fixed up. So you can't go off of what your house looks like right now. You have to be able to show your buyer what the potential of the properties in the area are. All right, so let's just go to one that has a picture. Now it's gonna be the most comparable property to our property. All right, so we have one that's at 1128. It has some pictures to it. Let's go look at it. This one sold for 145. All right, now look at this property compared to our property. This one sold for the 145 because of what it looks like. They've already, this one already has some updates. It doesn't look run down. Someone's been taking care of it. And they probably were able to get this sold because of the area or the possibility of the area. This is not even a new build. It doesn't have any new construction, but it's a house that's been well taken care of. So that's the reason why they were able to get the 145. Now let's look at something right here that's for 32. 32. Look, that's what we're looking at. This is more comparable to our property. This one only sold for 32, and look at the condition. Look at the condition of the property. Look at what we're dealing with. And this sold for 32. So for our person to be selling the property, their property at 90, we already know there's some kind of difference in there, and the owner may not know. A lot of times individuals come and they post these homes and they're sentimental to the seller because that was their family home or their parents' home, and there's a lot of emotional connections to the property. So they're just listing it at what their neighbor told them or their friend told them. They don't really know the market like you do. They don't have these tools to tell them what's going on and what's not going on. They're just going off of emotion and word of mouth. All right, so we have those that are there. Okay, so that's how we know what we're working with. So now the next thing we want to do is we want to come back up and we want to go and get the property details. And we want to try to find a contact number for this BMI investment. Now, this one may be a little more difficult because it's a business, but we're going to give it a shot. All right, so we're going to take the address and we're going to go to fastpeoplesearch.com. Fastpeoplesearch.com. All right, so when you come here, you can go to address and we'll just put the address in there. This is boom. You can take this, copy and paste. I'm lazy with it, so I'm going to do it just like that. And you hit free search. Okay. All right. So we got that. Now this may, like I said, may take a little more work because it's a business and an owner may have it their home listed under their personal name and then they have it mortgaged under their business name or vice versa. So we don't, we have to do a little more digging. All right. So we have Xavier Walker. He's 32 years old, 444 Alvin Street, Houston, Texas. All right, now we go back here. We know this is listed to a 1925 Southwest Freeway. Now, guys, all this is public information, so you can always go pull this up yourself, okay? So I'm not putting anybody's personal information out there. All right, so boom, you can see we got to go and try to match this address up. Go back here. All right, that one's not there. All we're getting is Mr. Xavier Walker. We're getting Midland, Texas here. Kind of keep going. Kevin Court Road. And you just kind of want to match and see if you have anything in common. Humble, Texas. Go through. Tomball. Now this one has a lot of businesses on it. See, this one has mechanic service. This might be a business owner. Mr. Keith Boyle might be the business owner because he has a lot of businesses here. If we go back up, some of these other ones didn't have any businesses attached to them. Oh, here we go. Home, rental properties, business. This might be him too, right? Homes, rental properties, and businesses. It doesn't hurt to pick up the phone and give this guy a call. Hey, Mr. Freeman, I found your property at 4503 Redbud, Street, this, that, and the other. By chance, is that your property? Oh, no, that's not my property. Cool. By chance, do you have any properties that you want to sell? I'm an investor and I'm looking for properties to, sell in your area. He might say yes, right? No phone call is a waste of time. Okay, so you just got to keep going through and finding them, making sure they match up. Again, this one was a little harder and I'm doing this real time because it is a business. It's not as easy as finding a person's actual name. Okay, so boom, let's just say we got on the phone with Mr. Freeman or we're going to go with Mr. Freeman, all right? Where's Mr. Freeman? We lost him. All right, say we get on the phone with Mr. Freeman and this is his property. Hey, Mr. Freeman, I see you have a property at 4503 Redwood. My name is Rhonda, and I'm an investor in your area. And I was just wondering, by chance, were you looking to sell your property? I see that it's abandoned and needs a little bit of work. And he tells me yes or no, right? He's going to tell me yes or no. And we already know that he's trying to sell it because it's listed on Zillow. So he's gonna say, yeah, Rhonda, I'm trying to sell that property. I have it listed right now for $90,000. Hey, Mr. Freeman, by chance, can I set up an appointment to come out to your property? Cool, great, awesome, great. I'll come out to his property. I can bring a contractor with me. I can bring a friend with me, whoever. They don't know who's who, okay? You go out there, you appraise the property. You see what's going on. You see what's in the area. You see how much damage is to this property. You see what needs to be done, roofing, plumbing. From this property alone, we can tell it's gonna be a lot. So this might actually be a tear down, but you need to see those things, okay? Then once you walk the property, you get back with Mr. Freeman and you say, hey, Mr. Freeman, I see you have a property listed for $90,000. But I'm going on based off my information I've run through a couple of my apps and done my research on your property. I'm seeing that the land value is around, the 30s, 35 range. By chance, are you looking to negotiate? Now, Mr. Freeman's gonna say one of two things, yes or no. If he says yes, great. Now you guys can start negotiating. You guys can start going back and forth to find a happy medium, right? Then if he says no, cool, no problem. We can keep an eye on this. We can put this in our spreadsheet and we can follow up as the days go by to see if this price drops. If the price drops again, we know Mr. Freeman's getting desperate. We know that now he's trying to sell, but his price is way too high. You got to remember, we have all the information. We know how much he owes in the mortgage. We know how much the land value is. We know what's around. We've done all our research on Propstream, so we know all the information. He can't pull anything over our head, right? So now he comes back to you and he says, you know what, Rhonda, it's been about 2 weeks. You remember that offer you had for me a couple of weeks ago? I think I want to go ahead and sell. All right, Ms. Freeman, well, look, I want to do this. Let's call it $25,000. No, Rhonda, what about $30,000? Mr. Freeman, look, we got to tear your property down. We got to do a complete tear down. I'm going to have to bring guys in there. They're going to have to find a flipper to do this, that, and the other. We give him everything that we took notes on, okay? And he tells you $30,000, okay? We're going to use $30,000. Cool, great, no problem. $30,000, you give him an agreement, and it says, I, Rhonda, agree to buy your property at $30,000, and you put a buy date, let's say 30 days from that date. You have 30 days for this contract to be in effect. After the 30 days, if you don't sell the property, you don't lose anything. You lose nothing but the opportunity to work with Mr. Freeman. And if you're keeping it completely honest with him at the beginning, you can let him know, hey, Mr. Freeman, I'm going to be trying to close this deal with a couple of partners or, business partners or whoever the case may be. Just give me the 30 days and we're going to get this thing sold. So I know you're probably thinking, what happens if I don't sell the property? Am I going to have to pay the $30,000? Do I have to come out of pocket? I don't have that kind of money. No worries. If you don't sell the property, the only thing that you lose is the contract. You lose the ability to sell the property through the contract. And if you get lucky, Mr. Freeman will extend your contract. If you build great rapport and you actually tell people and you work with them and you keep them up to date throughout the process and you make it easy, the 30 days could come and Mr. Freeman might say, you know what, Rhonda, just write me another agreement. I'll give you another 30 days, right? So you always want to do good business in the beginning. All right, here's the thing. So now you have your agreement for $30,000. You only have to pay Mr. Freeman $30,000 in the next 30 days, okay? So now we have the contract. We send our contract to our local title company. Boom, it's there. Now it's time to get to work. Rhonda, okay, I have the contract. Now what do I do? Well, I don't know how to sell a house. No problem. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go out to the property. You're gonna take some pictures, some videos. You're gonna, compile all this information that you have. And then we're gonna put it on some sites. Facebook, Instagram, different groups, things like that. My favorite is Craigslist. Craigslist is my favorite place to sell properties because it's free and there's tons of people who come here looking for properties, right? So if you go to Craigslist, you're gonna go click on Craigslist and you're gonna go right here. It's gonna bring this up. You're gonna click on housing and you're gonna see apartment and housing. You click that, okay? So let's just say we're gonna go in here and we were gonna list our property. We know it's a 3-bedroom. I think it's a 3-bedroom. 3-bedroom, 1 bath, okay? 3-bedroom, 1 bath. Let's just kind of see what people are kind of selling it for here. You may get some apartments, you may get stuff like that, right? Now, let's just say this is here. Let's say this is your property. You're gonna come in, you're gonna put a title. Beautiful mess, right? You can name it whatever you want. Perfect investor opportunity in the heart of Houston, 3-bedroom, 1 bath, $35,000. $35,000. We're just gonna shoot so we can get rid of it. This is a $5,000 commission for you. And I tell you, when you have a deal, you have a deal. People are going to be coming to you so quick that you're not going to be able to keep this property on the market very long. Okay, so we're gonna list it at $35,000, all right? So do we come in here, we got our pictures, we list everything, we put the information that we have here, boom, 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 tell them to call you or text you or email you, however you want to be, contact them. Great. Your ad's up on Craigslist, it's here, then all of a sudden, a day goes by, 2 days go by, and people start hitting you. Your phone's going crazy, your email's going crazy. Hey, Rhonda, I want to buy your property. What about 32? What about 31? What about 25? Because people are going to negotiate with you as well. You got to remember what you owe Mr. Freeman. You know you can't go below $30,000 because you have to pay Mr. Freeman his money. So when they offer you 28, 27, all those numbers, you cannot accept those offers because you have to pay the seller. So you finally get someone who calls you and they say, hey, look, I want it right now. I'm willing to pay you 37 if I can get it today, right? And you're like, okay, well, let's meet, right? You get out there, you meet the buyer, and he looks over the property. He checks the thing. He does his work too, right? He checks everything out. Now he says, you know what, Rhonda, I was going to offer you 37, but man, this property is going to need a little more work than I thought. What about 35? Perfect. Great. Amazing. Right? All right, Mr. Buyer, here's an agreement. The agreement is Mr. Buyer is going to pay you 35. He's going to give you the money, let's say 5 days from now. 5 days from now, you put the date, you send all that to your title company. Now your title company has your agreement for Mr. Freeman and then your agreement with Mr. Buyer, okay? Now you step back, you sit, you relax, and you go look for more houses. In the next 5 days, the sale and the buy is going to happen. Boom, the company does all their work. The title company calls the buyer, they call the seller, they do the middleman work, they do all that, and they call you and they say, hey, Rhonda, we have a check for you to pick up for $5,000. $5,000, okay? Mr. Freeman calls you, he says, Rhonda, yeah, I love you so much. Thank you for getting that ugly thing sold for me. I'm so grateful. I got my $30,000. And you let me know if you want to do some business. I have a few more properties and I would love to do work with you. Right? Mr. Buyer calls you, hey, Rhonda, I got my property. I'm so grateful. Man, that $35,000 price was amazing. If you get any more properties, look, call me first. I want you to call me first because I want to buy more properties from you. Great, amazing, awesome. Mr. Freeman's happy. Mr. Buyer's happy. You've made your $5,000 and you did it all from being the middleman, finding a property, finding a buyer, and getting the deal done. It's as simple as that. Again, the apps are going to be, Zillow. Zillow helps you a lot because you can do it virtually. That's Zillow.com. And all these are going to be in the description below. Then you have Propstream. Propstream is going to give you all your information. This is the most vital app that you're going to need in your wholesale career, okay? And I have the 14-day free trial link in the bottom so you can test it out. After your 14 days, it's $99. I guarantee you the $99 is worth it, okay? I would pay $200 for this product if I could, okay? Now, you have all that. That's propstream.com. Then you're going to use Fast People Search. Fast People Search is going to allow you to find the contact number of the seller, right? Remember, the house is abandoned. There's no one there. There's nobody to talk to. So you have to figure out who's the owner. How do I get in contact with the owner, okay? So boom, you do that. That's Fast People Search. And then you're going to use Craigslist. Craigslist, you can use it for listing your house. You can use Craigslist. You can use Facebook. You can use the local paper, your Instagram, your Twitter, your TikTok, whatever you choose and however you choose. You can do signs. There's a ton of other things, right? I'm going to put the link to my course in the description below. It's a $99 course. It's going to walk you through the whole step, A to Z. I'm going to give you all the tips and all the tricks and everything that I couldn't give you in this short video. It's going to be in my course. I would love to help you with your next deal. I hope this video breaks it down and explains to you exactly what wholesale real estate is. It's 2021, guys. I want you to realize that there's tons of ways to make money. I know a lot of us don't have just extra money lying around to invest or, put our money, but this is the quickest and the easiest way for you to start making thousands of dollars instantly without having to invest money up front. Wholesale real estate is the way to go. Again, the link for Propstream is going to be down below. The link to my course is going to be down below. Reach out to me on Instagram. Let me know if you need help with your first deal. If you need me in any kind of way, I would love to be there to help you guys. Again, wholesale real estate is the way. I look forward to seeing you guys at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. Let's get it.